G'day everyone, this is Ben from Kiss Kayak Fishing. I'm here today to do a little run through of my Hobie Passport. It's the 10.5 foot version. Hobie had just announced there's going to be a 12 foot version as well. The capacity on the kayak is 147 kilograms. Capacity for the seat is 125 kilograms. The weight unladen with other equipment is 29 kilograms. It's a very easy to load on the roof racks. I can handle 29 kilograms without any weight aids. And as you can see, I'm not really a gym going person and I'm quite short. I'm about 5'7", 5'8". At the moment, I've seen them for sale for $1,990. They're only released in July, I believe. So I'll take you through and show you what it's about and a bit of a test run later. So as you can see, at the front, it's got a bungee cover for a little storage space. I had a little tackle box that was held down there. From the front, you got the handle, obviously. You got a Hobie mast hole. At the moment, I've got a wedge mount with a Railblazer attached to it. I won't use a sail or a bimini, so I use that to mount my camera. On either side, you've got a track there, and you've got a track over on the other side. In the moment, I've got a Railblazer track mounts in there. At the moment, you've got these racks on the side, the Hobie track mounts. Okay, and at the moment, I've got a couple of Railblazer 2 rod holders on either side. Now, I don't know if you can see, if you're a larger gentleman, so I'm 100 kilos, 5'8". If you don't have the right angle for your rods, it can, and you're a little bit bigger, it can cause some issues with bumping the rod holder down. As you can see in the front, it's a very basic well for your Mirage drive. It did the job fine. Not too much water came in. I didn't feel any water. Obviously, if you move forward, it has a bit of water. You got the round hatch, Hobie hatch. It will hold the deeper tackle box if you want, the round tackle box that Hobie has. The 2 drink holders, I can't imagine them being very useful. I didn't even bother trying to use them today when I took it out for a test run. So on the side, the 2 handles, there's a handle on the other side. They worked great. Now the seat is it's actually very good. It's not a Vantage seat, but it's also not the old style Hobie seats where it's just a pad on the ground. So you got clearance so you stay dry. There's probably about 7 centimeters clearance. I kept a little hand paddle in there so I could move backwards. And as you can see here, it's got the straps to hold your backrest up. Now at the back here, it's just got this little lock to hold it in place, and you just take that off, take the straps off, and it removes. Now what I found when I was using it today, because I used it for the first time today, is that when you leant forward, if you wanted to reach your tackle box or deal with the camera at the front, that the seat at the back would actually release and the front of the seat would touch the kayak. It wasn't a problem because then when you just move back, it just sits back into place. But I wouldn't really trust that lock to hold the seat down too well because, yeah, as I said, I was just moving forward and, yeah, the seat came out at the back. But you're not going to lose it. That's not a problem. You got molded rod holders, 2 of them at the back. You've got another bungee area at the back. I'll measure that up and put on the measurements for both the front and the back. So this is the rudder control. It's only on the left hand side. There's no option on the right hand side to add another rudder control if you want. Now one of the cool things about this kayak, it depends on the way you feel, is its rod connects the rudder and the steering. Now the rod makes it very responsive. As soon as I turn the steering, the rod the rudder moves. Like, there's no play like with the cable. With the cable you can get a bit of play sometimes. You have to make sure you look after it. But with the rod, as soon as you move it, it's going to move the same way every time, because it's, as I said, it's just a solid rod. And from what I've read, it's not too hard to change. Now, it's a manual put down, so you can't lift it up manually. But the excellent thing about this rudder is that if you hit a log, it just pops up. But obviously I kicked it too far that time. But you go over a rod, so that's about the level, and then it just pops down again. So you're never going to go over the kayak, and it just pops down. And it's really, it still remains responsive at the end of it. When you turn straight away. And even then, like, you can see my turning circle. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good turning circle. You can just see by the bubbles. I don't know, I'd say maybe 5 metres. But if you want to do it tighter, you can really pump it and get it down to, 4 metres. So you get a normal aluminium paddle, Hobie paddle. It's not as light as the carbon fibre one, but it's still really good. You're not really adding that much weight. It does its job. Hopefully you'll never need it. Also, as I said before, you get the version 2 Mirage drive, and you get the standard fins. Now, something else I want to show you is the bottom design of the kayak is very different from the other Hobie kayaks. And it does change the way it plays. So I don't know if you can see there, hasn't got the same rounded design that the other Hobies do. It's got a flatter design. It's a lot flatter. It's very flat. It doesn't really affect how fast it goes and how easy it is to turn, as I'll show you later. It's very easy to turn. There is one thing which I'll show you in the test run later. I feel like here is where the wake is. Just here is where the wake is. And it seems to, in low speeds, it feels like it bobs. So when you got the other kayaks, when you pedal, it pushes you through the water, and you got that movement of going forwards and backwards a bit, obviously with the speed going faster and then a little bit slower. This one feels like it goes up and down a little bit. So it's not forwards and backwards bob, it's up and down. You can even hear it. It's hard to do it on this side because it is you only have a left rudder, which I'm not used to. It's not a big deal. And a lot of kayaks, they come with only the left rudder, the Hobies, the left rudder handle. But I'm used to having the right because I had a Pro Angler 12. I'll go a bit quicker and show you what it's like when I give it a full speed. Anyway, from what I've read, the reason for that design is to try and, I'm guessing, get more bulk purchases, to make them stackable. So people can stack them to take them to rivers or lakes for clubs and leisure companies, guess maybe schools if they've got the money, but that's why they've made it like that. Well, so that's the Hobie Passport. I've gone down from a Pro Angler 12 because I wanted something smaller for the little rivers like in my local area. The Pro Angler 12 was overkill, and it also made it harder getting it to the access points. Now with a smaller kayak, it's obviously easier to rooftop, more places to park, more access points, easy to get over sand if I wanted to go over sand. I did check out a Sport. The Sport's 102 kilo capacity, and it obviously wasn't going to allow me to have any extra gear. This was the next option. It's 147 kilos with 125 kilo seat. So that's perfect for me. Anybody that's looking for they want to get into a Hobie, especially for bass or just, small river, even light estuary fishing, this is perfect for you. Don't worry about the seat. The seat is very comfortable. So in terms of length, for legs, mine was I was on level 4 for the Mirage Drive, so I'm guessing 6 foot people won't have a problem. As I'll show you later on in the video, the width, you got to be careful how you use your width. So you just got to manage your space better. All right, so I hope this video has been helpful, and any questions, ask them in the comments. Thank you.